Cleo. Sorry to bother you, but I can't contact my husband. He hasn't answered my calls. Do you know if he's busy right now?
Hi, Alice. If you're looking for your husband, please wait a minute. I'll check his schedule. Oh, the director is out to lunch right now. I believe he will be back within the hour. Is there something urgent? Shall I tell him to call you back immediately?
Oh, I hadn't realized he was eating right now. No, I don't want to interrupt him. He doesn't need to get back to me, it's all right. Do you by any chance know roughly what time he's going to be leaving the office today?
Sure, madam. He doesn't have anything special on his schedule after lunch. I believe he could go home at any time this afternoon.
That's great to hear. Today is our son's birthday. I was worried he might have to work late today. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case.
Oh, can you tell him happy birthday for me? Your son are so cute.
Of course I will. If you like, why don't you join us for dinner tonight? Peter has taken such a liking to you. He really loves you. If you were to come, I know he would be really happy to see you.
That's so nice of you to invite me. But I'm not part of the family. I would hate to intrude on something as special as a birthday. This is something for you all to share and enjoy. I don't want to get in the way. But please give him my best wishes.
Honestly, you really wouldn't be intruding. Don't worry about it. We would still love to have you here.
I'll be sure to send a present home with the director. He likes the Flash stuff right now, doesn't he? From that show all the kids are watching? If he has anything else he has taken an interest to, please let me know. I know kids find new things to love all the time. I'd like to get him something he will really enjoy.
Cleo, you're too kind. You really don't have to put that much thought into it though. You honestly don't need to get him anything at all.
No, Alice, I would really like to get him something. Your family is always so good to me. It is the least I could do. I would really like to get him something for his party.
Well, if you say so. Thank you, Cleo. You've been an absolute blessing to my husband. You take such good care of him at work. You really don't have to do anything for our son. You already do so much.
That's nice of you to say, but birthdays are special. Especially when being young. It makes me happy to do something special for him.
You're so good to us. If you really feel that way, then we will be happy to accept a gift from you. Thank you so much for everything.
It's my pleasure, Alice. Also, the director has just returned from lunch. He's walking into the office now. I'll remind him about the birthday celebration for you. I'm sure he won't be late.
Thank you, Cleo. That would be great. You really should join us for dinner sometime soon.
I would love to, thank you very much. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, thank you.
Have a great day, Alice.
Bye, Cleo. Hey, Cleo. I wanted to say thank you for the present you sent my son. He absolutely loves it.
I'm really glad to hear that. There are so many different kinds to choose from. I wasn't sure which one he would like the best. So I went ahead and got a few different ones. I hope they aren't taking up too much space or making a mess.
He has plenty of space in his room. And he plays with his toys in there. So don't worry. But it looks like you liked your gift the best. He's playing with them every day.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. I'm glad he likes them. The director told me that your son really loves the belt from the costume. I think they use it to transform or something in cartoon.
Yes, he loves it. Every day, he runs through the house transforming into the Flash. I can hardly get him to stop to go to bed. I think it's definitely his favorite. I don't really know much about the shows he is watching these days. I always struggle with picking out a good present for him. I'm glad you found something he likes.
I am glad to hear that.
You always seem to know exactly what to do. You can pick the perfect gifts every time. Even though you're still single.
Oh, I have some nieces and nephews. They are all around the same age as your son. So I always know what's popular now.
I see. And if you are free, why don't you join us for dinner tonight? Don't you have any other plans, right?
I mean, I don't have any plans, but are you sure?
I would love to have you here. I want to thank you for how much you take care of our family. And I know my son would love to see you. I'm sure he will want to show you the costume you bought for him.
If you say so, I'll come.
Great! I should keep in mind when planning the menu. Are there any foods you don't like, or do you have any allergies?
Oh, not at all. Anything is fine. I like everything. I appreciate you asking, but you really don't have to worry about me.
And you don't need to bring anything with you. We've received so many gifts and goodies lately. We have everything we need. We just want you to come and enjoy some time together.
Yeah, it's so nice of you to say so.
I need to take care of for dinner, so I will talk to you soon. I'm looking forward to tonight.
Me too.
Thank you for joining us last night. We had a really great time. I hope you did too.
I had a wonderful time too. Thank you so much for having me. It was really fun and I enjoyed spending some time with your son.
I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday. But don't you want to get married? Have you put much thought into it?
I don't think about it. It's just that I am very busy with work. I think it would be better if I waited till I wasn't so busy all the time.
Well, if you get married, it won't really matter anymore, right? You won't know until you try. I think it must be a little bit lonely to spend all your time working. I don't think that's very good for a young lady like yourself. And besides, if you keep putting it off, I think it will get hard for you to find someone to marry. There are plenty of fish in the sea, but more and more of them get caught every day. You know what I mean? You're already 32. You've got to think about your future. If you don't get married soon, it will be hard for you to have children.
I do think I want to have children of my own someday, but I have my nieces and nephews.
Your sister and you are two different people. Just because they have kids doesn't mean you do. Trust me on that.
I just worry that if I get busy with my own life and children of my own, I won't be able to help her when she needs me, and I really want to focus on my career right now.
I don't mean to be rude, but is there anything in life more important to a woman than finding love? You're a great secretary. You do a wonderful job. But isn't it kind of a young person's job? Do you really want to do that forever? Why don't you think about moving on to something else like a family? Give that job to another young girl or something. I know a lot of great men. I could introduce you to all of them.
Okay, I'll think about that. I have to get back to work now, Alice.
All right, bye-bye. Cleo. Pick up the phone now. I knew it. Can't believe you did that to me.
What? What's wrong, Alice? I don't get what you're saying.
You're having an affair with my husband.
What? Hold on.
Don't act like you don't know. I kept thinking that something was strange. I knew something was off about you. You are 32 now and not married. Not even wanting to meet anyone. Always say things like, I'm too busy with my job. Now I know that's your only excuse. I should have known earlier.
Just a moment. There must be some kind of misunderstanding. I have no idea what you are talking about.
I don't think so. There is nothing to misunderstand at all. You're sleeping with my husband. I've had a gut feeling for some time. There has been something suspicious about everything from the beginning. I know why you didn't want me to introduce you to anyone. Because you've already found someone.
No, that's not it. You need to calm down.
How dare you? I'm as calm as I can be. You hussy, don't you feel even the least bit bad about it?
You're mistaken, Alice.
Shut up! I demand that you break things off with my husband at once.
I don't know what else to say. I promise that you really are mistaken. I'm just your husband's secretary. That's all. Nothing more. We have no other relationship. Whatever you are thinking, it just isn't the case.
You think I am mistake? He's been coming home late so often lately. He never used to come home late. That's a huge red flag. I can't believe I didn't see it. It's because he's been meeting you. He's been spending his time with you. So explain to me just how I'm mistaken?
Of course, we do meet up sometimes outside of work. I don't deny that. But sorry, Alice. The director is my uncle.
Excuse me? Are you insane? I have never once heard that. How is that possible? Have never even heard about him having brothers or sisters?
Please hear me out. I promise you that I am not lying to you.
It's a bit strange that I don't know about his siblings. Why wouldn't he tell me? So tell me, why did you become his secretary? How did that come about? You were looking to catch yourself a wealthy man, weren't you? Even if you can fool my husband, you can't pull the wool over my eyes. I've seen it happen to other women before. Well, it isn't happening to me.
Please listen to me, Alice. I can explain everything if you will just listen.
I don't need to hear any excuses from a thief caught in the act. You know what? For trying to steal my husband, you'll get fired.
What?
I'll repeat. You'll get fired.
Please just wait a moment. Give me a chance. I understand that you're very upset. But if you jump straight to firing me, there will be a problem.
Having you around is the biggest problem. Your exist is a problem for me. You have got to go.
I'm so sorry you feel that way. I wish you would let me explain.
Oh, I think I shouldn't get you fired. I should sue you to the court. I want you out of my life as soon as possible. I want you to disappear from our lives forever.
Please don't be so hasty. I'm sure the director, I mean your husband, will be able to explain.
I don't need to hear anything from that cheater. I don't want to hear another word about any of this from either one of you.
I see. If that is what you really want, then go ahead. You can sue me.
Do you know what you're saying? If I sue you, you have zero chance of winning. You understand that, right?
The truth is the truth. And I have done nothing wrong. I have told you that he's my uncle. It's nothing more than that.
You sound so confident. I'll make you regret trying to steal my husband.
I'm confident because I'm telling the truth.
Shut up! After what you've done, you will be fired.
I understand. If you like that, I'll leave the company tomorrow. Today will have been my last day. Hopefully, that can help me earn your trust again.
What? I will never trust you again. Cleo! You need to get back to work now.
What? Don't you forget getting me fired?
Yeah, but I don't care. You need to show up right now. My husband is so angry. He's so upset when he knew you had left. He already shouted at me. I've never seen him like this before.
Well, maybe that is for the best.
What are you talking about? He's furious right now. He said the only way this will end well is if you come back to work. He was very serious when he said it.
Well, I don't care. I got a new job now. I don't need to get back my old company.
Please, Cleo. My husband scolded me a lot. He said without you, he couldn't manage to work properly. You are the best secretary for him.
You know what? I am certainly that I'll never come back. And I don't want to say anything to you.
Please, Cleo. I know I'm wrong. I'm wrong when I thought you cheated with my husband. My husband confirmed with me that you are his niece.
Alice, now you know the truth. But you need to know to one more thing. That I actually don't like men.
What? Are you lesbian?
Yeah, so that's impossible for me to date your husband.
Why didn't you say that at first?
Did you really let me explain to you? You accused me without considering my words. So now, everything is clear. Just stop here.
Wait, Cleo. Wait!
After that, Alice tried to contacted me a lot of times, but I blocked her number then. That's kind of annoying. Without me, the director really faced the huge problem in managing the timetable. Because of that, he decided to divorce with Alice. Then Alice just got a small amount of money and a car after the divorce. She should need to learn a lesson from all she did.
Do you still have work? I apologize if I'm bothering you, but it appears like you're running late today. But couldn't you have contacted me or something to let me know you were running late? I recognize that you are busy, but I am concerned about you.
Oh, you're here. Yes, it wasn't so much that I couldn't as it was that I didn't want to text you at all.
You didn't want to speak to me, did you? Why, what's happening?
Nothing. Just don't want to speak with you. You shouldn't be concerned since I won't be returning there in the future. Never again do I wish to enter that house with your gloomy face. I've discovered a location that is so much cozier and a person who gets me. I'm currently en route to replace it. Morella is her name. To be honest, she's a class above you. She really is remarkable, and her father is a CEO.
You say, what? Are you informing me about your girlfriend in this sitting? You're boasting about your girlfriend to your wife?
It's true, haha, why not? I'm head over heels for Morella. Why can't I express my joy about that?
Could you perhaps take a moment to rewind? I don't understand. What is going on?
I assumed I had been clear. Morella is her name. She is the daughter of a CEO, and she is quite wealthy. She's adorable, too. She is amazing, and God, she smells so good. She has this incredibly fluffy, fuzzy vibe. She's unmarried, has no children, and has no debt, unlike you. She is also educated, and her parents are active members of society. The best lady I've ever met!
She is educated, thus I must be a decent person toward you. I didn't ask to learn more about her, I assure you. How could you do this? I questioned. Were you trying to make me feel bad? Simply said, I have no idea what you are thinking. Did you decide to defame my parents while admitting your adultery?
Have I lied? Your mother is still in poverty, and you grew up with nothing? In other words, you had a single mother raise you.
Is it the only time you've ever considered my family? Do you believe that because my mother raised me all by herself, my family is useless because I am poor?
Maybe not all, though. But yes, yours. Just take a look at how you hold yourself and how you speak. You were a poor child.
How could you say that, even if you did think that? Much less your wife, to anyone? You are incredible.
Your mother has never once been observed wearing designer clothing. Never once. How in the heck is she not poor? Furthermore, you don't even care about Gucci or Louis Vuitton, do you? That just serves as evidence that you were not raised surrounded by those things and do not understand what quality is.
How could you possibly infer someone's upbringing from their preferences? How much money I have or what I wear really doesn't matter. You're being very harsh right now.
I'm simply being honest with you. Why must you be so agitated all the time?
You're attempting to blame me for this? Our lives are being destroyed by you.
You see, this is why I find you so annoying. You constantly lose it over the little things. This isn't that little, but still. You're undoubtedly shocked that I found someone who is significantly superior to you. I understand. It's probably beyond your capacity at this time. However, I don't know who would choose you above Morella, to be quite honest. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to let me go.
Okay, good. It's shocking to learn that my spouse has been having extramarital affairs, but that isn't what I'm referring about. You are treating me so horribly, not to mention my mother, that I can't believe it. Have you always had that opinion?
Are you, LOL, attempting to sound like a sad heroine? Such a pain. I now plan to wed Morella, and that is the goal. Now all you have to do is acknowledge it and go.
Please pardon.
Hey, don't stress over it. The settlement will be sent to you all at once. Okay with direct deposit?
Hold on. Don't simply make decisions for both of us. And why did you ever get married to me in the first place if you've always had that opinion of my family?
I don't know, I guess. You took care of things around the house and appeared really put together. Simply said, it was simpler to accept it.
You scoundrel, you know that marriage isn't something that has to be fixed by spending money on it.
Oh, stop talking immediately. I'm promising to pay everything at once. That also includes losses. That entails accepting responsibility, correct? Geez, is there anything about which you cannot gripe? You should be grateful for receiving any trailer garbage at all.
You are an evil person.
Whatever. Anyway, I'll sign the divorce papers tonight and deliver them to you the following day. Please sign them, then good night.
Are you crazy? You can't just divorce your spouse like that. We should discuss this.
What? How could I? You're so irritating that I can hardly stand to text you. Without a doubt, I'm not coming to meet you. There's nothing to discuss because I won't change my viewpoint. Now that I'm going to hang out with Morella, bye.
Hold on. Why are you acting this way? I've submitted the divorce paperwork even though you won't return my calls or texts, no matter how many times I try, David.
Finally, even though you could have finished it a little earlier. I was certain you were being clingy since you were taking so long, but at least you got it in.
Just a lot going on at work. I have no attachment to you. I've also been relocating, which is difficult. I have to deal with the fact that the new apartment is unfurnished. As soon as I had a moment to breathe, I finished them.
It's adorable. You act as though you never had anything essential to do. You know, I wouldn't have cared if you had stayed there.
Living in the same location I used to with my ex-husband just feels weird, even though the house is in your name. Additionally, I don't want you to come weeping back to me.
What? I'd never want to rekindle my relationship with you. Are you insane?
Only in case. I want to rule out any possibilities.
There's absolutely no way to calm your nerves, all right? No, oh my God. You must really have a thing for me, huh? Whatever!
If not, I would disclose my new address to you. Which I most certainly won't. Oh, and I made sure I received the entire money you promised, so I can assure you that we are finished.
Huh. You are essentially a frigid fish, then. You fall short once more to Morella.
If I cared about your view of me at all, then it may matter to me.
Everything you say.
I just want you to know that I share your sentiments. regardless of how absurd you may think it is that you could ever wish to rekindle your relationship. And this, Morella, what was it? The daughter of the CEO likes her. Please. That will make both of us happier.
Hi, Vera. I wanted to share something happy with you.
Oh, congratulations on finding the wife of your dreams.
Thanks, but why are you congratulating me in such a sarcastic tone?
Really? I was just kidding around. You know, it's not easy to find a perfect spouse these days.
That's true, but I heard you say that my second wife had been married before. How did you know that?
One of my old friends used to date her and told me about it.
So she revealed my secret to you? I can't believe this.
Don't get angry, David. I was just joking around. My ex-husband has no right to judge me or anyone else.
Please don't joke like that anymore. I can't believe you said that.
Your sense of humor is still ahead of you, David. Don't be too serious and forget about it.
Shut up! So, I take it you heard the news? A new wife!
Little Miss CEO's daughter got divorced. Am I right?
Yeah, I know. And I'm her ex-husband. But don't worry, we're doing fine now.
Really? You guys seem to be handling it well. I also heard she had a big debt before, but it seems like you've paid it off.
Yes, we have. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter to me how much money we spent as long as we're happy.
Well, congratulations then.
Thanks! In fact, I just proposed to Morella earlier today, and she said yes.
Wow, I guess you've been waiting for this day for a while, huh?
Ah, maybe a little bit. But you know how it is, she only said yes because of all the money I threw at her.
Yeah.
Right. Tell me a romantic story, David.
Ha! Ha!
I can't wait to enjoy our honeymoon after the wedding. I have my amazing girlfriend with me.
Oh, really? I'm so bored of hearing about your love life, it makes me nauseous.
I think you're just jealous. I gave her 10,000 roses and a 24-karat diamond ring. It was so romantic. Plus, when her dad retires, I'll take over his company. I'm already the CEO of a $100 million company, so the ring was nothing.
That's nice, David. But please spare me the details. So, what are your plans for the honeymoon?
We're thinking of going to Hawaii or maybe Europe. We haven't decided yet, but wherever we go, it's going to be fabulous.
Sounds wonderful. But do you really think you'll get promoted to the director replacing Morella's father?
What do you mean? Definitely because I have the wife of the CEO, so we will replace her father in the future. That's obvious. The right thing I did was divorce her, LOL. Don't hope I come back to you. Morella and I are in love.
Totally agree. But there's something I'm not sure if I should share or not because it's really shocking.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Her father's company is just a fake one.
Surprised, how do you know this? Don't try to fool me.
I'm really worried about you. Do you not know what your job is, or do you just sign contracts that others sign without understanding anything? And she is not the daughter, but only the ex-wife of the CEO's son, that's all.
She isn't?
That's right. I heard the CEO say that the director position is just a fake company she set up to cheat you out of your investment.
I don't believe it. Are you lying to me to get back together? Forget it.
I just want you to know the truth. You can check and confirm these pieces of information.
I can't believe I was fooled like that. Aren't you ashamed?
I'm sorry if I made you sad. But I think you should know the truth sooner rather than later facing unpredictable consequences.
How did you know about my affair with him?
Don't be foolish, David. I am not your friend. You are just a little aunt to me.
My apologies. I got confused. But how do you know about this?
I don't need your money, David. By the way, I want to remind you that I am his granddaughter and of course, I inherited 20% of the total amount in his will.
20% stake? Since when?
Recently, David. When I heard about Morella, I felt sorry for your fate.
Can we go back, Vera?
Go back? That's not in my dictionary, David. I'd rather buy a dog as a friend than go back to you. Don't you love Morella? Keep it and use it.
I have changed my mind. I still love you. Let's get married again, Vera.
Don't be foolish. Do you think I'm inferior? I already have a new worthy boyfriend. Goodbye, David, the slave of money.
Vera, everything is just misleading.
Oh, I forget it. Maybe you should know this a bit soon. Yes, actually. After we signed up for our marriage registration, I realized that I forgot to mention something important. Morella owes $1 million, and they might be contacting us a lot in the future.
What?
Oh wow, that's a lot of money. Do you know why she owes so much? But I think it has to do with her business. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know so we can be prepared for any calls or messages from them.
Vera, I want to apologize for everything that happened between us. I know I was wrong, and I deeply regret my actions. Please, give me another chance.
The trust is broken, and I can't find it in my heart to give you another chance.
But people make mistakes, and I'm willing to make amends. Please, let's work things out. Give me the opportunity to show you that I've changed.
David, you were my ex-husband, and that doesn't give you any entitlement to my forgiveness or any part of my life. I've moved on, and I don't want to revisit the pain you caused.
But Vera, according to the divorce settlement, I'm entitled to a share of the assets. It's only fair that I receive what is rightfully mine.
Fair? David, you must be joking. I can assure you that you won't get a single penny from me. The consequences of your actions go beyond material possessions.
You can't just dismiss our history like that, Vera. We were married, and there are legal obligations to consider.
Yes, we were married, and the divorce settled those obligations. But as for any financial claims, you should know better. You made choices that led to our separation, and I have no intention of rewarding that behavior.
Fine, have it your way. But remember, Vera, karma has a way of catching up with people.
Please. I'm not concerned about karma, David. I'm focused on my own happiness and moving forward. I suggest you do the same.
Then, he realized that his new wife had tricked him into a large debt. All of his accumulated assets were gone. He begged for help from me, and of course, I treated him like I lived in the past as a wife he treated and helped him out with $100. I decided to move on and find new happiness instead of staying with him.
Hey loser, it's been a while. After that occurrence, I'm wondering how you're doing right now. At the very least, it appears to me that you are leading a morally upright life, haha.
Sorry?
Look, unlike 5 years ago when you were homeless, you are now housed. That's development. I even caught you enjoying a cup of coffee the other day in that Starbucks beside the bus stop. Lisa, you need to stop drinking coffee right now and start saving money. You could ask for a glass of tap water in a restaurant if you're really that thirsty. Haha, it's free. Do not overreact just because you no longer reside on the streets. The only thing you still have is an overdrawn bank account. Do you not?
What would you like? You said you wouldn't text me again, didn't you?
I won't take it if you ignore me. All I wanted to do was catch up with you, haha. After 7 years, your one and only best buddy texted you. Why shouldn't you be joyful? Come on, I know you're not as cruel as you seem to be right now.
When you shattered my life, why should I be polite to you? I'll show you what it feels like to be beaten to death if you don't leave me alone.
Are you serious at this moment? Don't you dare tell me that you still have resentment toward me for making an approach to John? Haha. 7 years have passed. In addition, my kid would be in elementary school if I had one. So quit acting like a child and mature.
You don't even qualify as a human being if you're acting like a kid around here.
Pardon? Haha.
For taking my spouse from me, there is no way I can ever forgive you. We had been friends for a very long time. But back then, you ejected me from my own home without even pausing for a second. I'll never forget how it felt to pass the night on that park seat.
Well, John is solely responsible for all of this. After all, it was he who compelled you to sign the divorce documents. You were indeed thrown out by him as well. Funny. Anyway, I still have to smile to myself thinking about how you begged us at our door. What did you tell us? Please come back for our marriage. Don't you see your words have no value at all?
Exactly. Next to John, you made fun of me without showing any mercy. And all these years, you never even offered me an apology.
Sorry? Why should I apologize to an incompetent person who can't keep a husband like you? Yes, I am aware. However, why would I? I'll tell you what John said. You're just a housewife, he said. Therefore, there is no need to apologize to someone who is unable to support himself. He said that you are to blame for his infidelity. He's always found you to be so repulsive. You did not receive any divorce assets due to his tenacity and legal team. See, that's the reason I grabbed this guy.
Do you really feel so good about making other people suffer? You are fully aware that I have no family or relatives on whom I may rely. Every night, I sobbed my way to sleep on the streets in a cardboard box. I was informed that I could no longer pursue a fresh divorce asset split since 7 years had gone when I finally worked up the confidence to do so. As soon as those words reached my ears, my knees gave way, and I fell to the ground sobbing.
Life is unfair, I guess, hee hee. Anyway, I have nothing to do with what constitutes a view.
Excuse me?
All I know is that my hubby and I are going on the most amazing honeymoon ever, hee hee.
I'm hoping you and John can both maintain this mindset. I don't think the two of you can survive this long if I had to be absolutely honest with you.
I went above and above to lure the man, and I'm not foolish enough to end our relationship. Remember that he oversees a department in a global firm. He's my greatest chance, hee hee, to live the life of a wealthy housewife. Why do you even believe I touched him, after all?
So I assume you still don't understand what you did. I mean, how dare you text me if you have absolutely no intention of apologizing? You should be relieved that at this point, I couldn't care less about the two of you. I genuinely simply want to wish you well with John.
Hi, Lisa. Hello after a while. You appear to have finally ceased getting government assistance, according to what Naomi told me.
But seriously, what do you all need from me? I don't want to interact with you or Naomi in any way.
However, we are well acquainted. Do we not? I reached out to you because I'm concerned.
Me?
You aren't a hobo any longer, according to Naomi. Congrats. Anyway, have you found a new boyfriend for yourself yet? Are you wed or dating someone?
I'm not. Why do you ask so? Thanks to Naomi and you, marriage has now scarred me. I'm going to love being by myself from now on.
That is very sad, hee. Given that you are now divorced and destitute, your life will only grow worse and worse. With that stated, I'll help you out. I know a lot of really good guys.
I do not require your assistance.
You know, I've always felt a little bad for what you had to endure. You've been a stay-at-home wife ever since our wedding. So how will you get by in the coming days without a guy at your side? In other words, feel free to contact me if you have any questions. I'm not as rude as you would assume, hee hee.
Sorry? What are you mentioning to me?
What do you think of me setting you up on a blind date with one of my friends? Actually, he is also my boss. He's currently 50 years old, yet he's still unmarried, hee hee. You might get married to him to begin a new era in your life. In spite of the fact that he is almost 20 years older than you, the good news is that he is open to having a divorced lady as his wife.
I thought you'd hook me up with a guy who gave me a 10 out of 10. I never would have guessed that it was an elderly grandfather from work. But seriously, quit making fun of me. I'm not a toy for you and Naomi.
Even if my employer may not be the smartest person around, he is still my superior. He is the highest paid person as a result. He may also grant you all the freedom and comforts you desire. Are you certain you want to pass up this ideal chance to go from poverty to riches? You have my word that now is not the time to be fussy. Right now, you can't even put food on the table. Am I correct?
Making a fool out of someone like this is not acceptable. I did nothing wrong, nor did your supervisor. Being single is just great with us. The course we took had no drawbacks. I beg of you, please remove all of my contacts. Up till now, I've got enough of your poison. In addition, I will date or get married whenever I want to.
Hello, Lisa. Right now, look out your window at the sky. It's very beautiful, really. What a fantastic day for outdoor pleasure. Am I correct? Anyway, how are things going? Are you free today or tomorrow? Please let me know your availability so I may call you to arrange a girls' night out. Do you actually want to hang out right this second? I'm bored. We may simply return quickly before John finishes his task. But he often returns home between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening.
Sorry? Why are you embarrassed to ask me out? You may live your life to the fullest without me. I have no issue with that.
You already know that one of the perks of being a housewife is having too much spare time every day. As a result, you learn to appreciate the simple things in life that you would ordinarily take for granted if you worked a 9-to-5 job. We hardly had time to converse last time, to be honest. You claim you don't want to interact with me anymore, but I can see you're simply having a temper tantrum. Come on, let's go shopping or something equally enjoyable. I scheduled a time to have my nails done. If you want, you may follow along.
I can't. I'm extremely working. I also dislike spending money that I didn't work for. I'm a human, not a parasite, but you are free to behave any way you choose. Additionally, I don't want to socialize with you. Birds of a feather gather in flocks. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Good. Do you happen to be working right now? Where exactly do you work? Don't say you work as a waitress at a restaurant or whatever. If that's the case, I apologize. If you have a job, I'm sure you can't wake up anytime you want as I can. With minimal salary, you also cannot afford to go to the beauty parlor 3 times each week. Also, it's likely that you must work quite hard every day in order to pay for accommodation. Do you even get weekends or holidays off? I mean, to keep off the streets, people at the bottom of society must labor 8 hours a day. Because of this, it is preferable to exercise common sense and marry into an affluent family, like I did.
Whatever you say, I agree. People go to work because they wish to achieve a variety of objectives in life on their own. On the other side, all you do is rely on others. You can never anticipate the future, that's for sure. Today's world is changing far too quickly. Personally, I think it's important to get ready for those changes. Therefore, if I lose my work, I also lose my financial security. I also don't want to rely on anybody else moving forward. I wish to be self-sufficient.
It's unfortunate that you will always live paycheck to paycheck, to be honest. How pitiful, huh? I guess I shouldn't have said that since it would make you even more envious of me. I'll tell you what, the balcony of my cottage has the nicest views of this field of sunflowers. You can never anticipate the future, that's for sure. Today's world is changing far too quickly. Personally, I think it's important to get ready for those changes. I realized as I looked back on my life that I had never worried about money in any way.
Cottage? Did you leave the home that John and I previously occupied?
Did you see that? Yes, we did, to answer your question. John just received a wage increase as a result of his promotion. We chose to move into a cottage because of this.
That's good for you, I suppose.
Yes, of course. 2 years in a row, our neighborhood has received the top security rating. Despite the fact that we are not in the city's core, a gym was constructed specifically for the locals. Additionally, I take my dog for walks along this lovely river, which is 4 miles from my house. By the way, our neighborhood is called Light Tower. You must have heard about it, I suppose.
Hold on a second.
You must be becoming envious and enraged right now, hee hee. The good news is that you can visit me at a later time. I'll demonstrate what it means to be young and wealthy. I'll even let you sample a piece of the priciest cake our region has to offer. If you wish, we can go on a stroll with my dog and shoot some photos in that field of sunflowers.
No, I'm okay. I'm not interested in squandering my valuable time at your house.
Oh, forget it, Lisa. I don't believe I can still invite you around. Because it's possible that you won't even get in. I reside in a gated neighborhood. Paupers are not welcome here, according to the patrol crew.
Sorry? What's wrong with you?
I mean, everyone who lives in Light Tower is above the fray. After all, not everyone has the financial means to spend $100,000 on a home. Considering that, you should definitely only visit this location if you're seeking for a janitorial career. You know, the majority of our visitors are either famous people or wealthy business people. As a result, as I previously stated, the patrol team would only let you in if you identified yourself as the gym's new cleaner.
You are neither a superstar nor a business tycoon in my eyes. You're nothing more than a house thief. Furthermore, janitors ought to be valued for their work. Though you don't.
Stop using your justifications. You loser, just accept your loss at this point. No matter what you say, I am the one who shares a beautiful villa with your ex-husband. You, on the other hand, have no concept what it's like to be in control of the world in the least.
I appreciate your continuing to cover my rent.
Why? What?
I'm glad to hear that things aren't that bad for you in my cottage. To think that my tenant is living a happy life at my home makes me ecstatic. Furthermore, you and John already lend me $20,000 a month. Nothing warrants a protest from me. Naomi, aren't you thinking?
Hold on a second. By your house, what do you mean?
I ought to have recognized that you two are my renters sooner. To be honest, I was a little hesitant to rent my house to a couple with the same names as you and John. But now, everything is obvious. How oddly coincidental. Am I correct?
Your residence? Right now, this is just too much for my head to handle. What are you referring to? Do you have a mental illness or something?
First, try to relax. I can walk you through everything. The villa that you keep bragging about is actually mine. I appreciate you taking care of the rent because of this. If it weren't for you people, I wouldn't have been able to stop my homelessness.
Pardon? There is no way in the universe that you could ever purchase a cottage. Here, only the homeowner association dues are outrageous. John, for example, spends more than $20,000 per month only on rent. In other words, you have nothing in common with this cottage. What you just said will never be believed by me.
Yes, you are free to accept or reject my claims. You have the choice. I'm merely speaking the truth to you.
If you can, Persuade me. If not, you'd better maintain your quiet and flee.
To put it plainly for you, one of my friends is a very wealthy woman. She died, and I was left with this cottage.
Is all of this real? After her death, you were given ownership of this cottage.
Yeah. When I had nowhere else to go, I remained at her house. She was kind enough to provide me a free place to stay while I looked for work. I completed all of the housework in return. Anyhow, throughout the years, our connection grew to be really tight.
So you're claiming she signed the title to this property with your name on it?
Yes, in the end. That's how things actually worked out.
I mean, I was the only girl and the youngest of all the homeless individuals there. With that stated, this kind woman assured me not to worry. She will investigate her options for me. She referred me to my present company, where I started making savings as soon as I started working there. Then one day I received a call from the hospital informing me that she had collapsed.
When I heard the news, I ran there right away, and I was informed that going forward, she needs to be looked after around the clock. Of course, I stepped into that position and started taking care of her.
Seriously?
She does, after all, have a son. But he's always traveling for work and is quite busy. It would be a huge favor for the lady's family, they continued, if I could move in with her. After a few years had passed, her son and I were by her side as she expired. She said in her will that Naomi is a strong young woman. For the rest of her life, all I desire for her is happiness. Additionally, she had already taken care of asset division.
You got the cottage, honestly, she willed it? Even so, it's pricey, millions of dollars. Do you realize this?
Yeah, I suppose it's only natural that I initially declined her offer. But her son pushed for me to accept it since I deserved it. He expressed to me how much he valued my care for his mother throughout the years. That his mother gave him this home as an expression of thanks. He continued by saying that since he is the owner of other properties, taking this one won't make much of a difference to him.
This can't be real, can it? Is the woman a real estate agent or what? Considering how kind even her son is to you. If he's ready to give you a whole house as a present, he must be sitting on a gold mine. In fact, you could definitely look up his name online.
I am aware of how radically different we are. And never in my life have I envied his possessions or position. It's none of my business how much money he has. I simply know that they are to blame for the life I currently enjoy. If that kind woman hadn't helped me out back then, I suppose I wouldn't be standing here in front of you now. Anyway, I'm now rather busy with property management and upkeep. You'd be surprised at how much time and effort are needed. However, the monthly money I receive from rent alone is more than enough for me to live comfortably. I am thus no longer struggling financially.
What is going on? This is not possible. Keep in mind that there are no free meals in this world. Only the crumbs from the rich man's table are permitted, and that would be me. You're simply bluffing, to be honest, aren't you? You are not a showboat, at least not to me. Nevertheless, if doing so helps you feel better about yourself, go ahead. You really are just a beggar, I mean. A beggar will never stop being a beggar. Beggars lack the ability and authority to overturn their predetermined course in life. Do you know how long it took me to live in a cottage like this, which is more significant? You're telling me that it belongs to you, right? Do you believe that anything here makes sense? I almost bought it, therefore you must be a fantastic storyteller.
Exactly, whatever. Now I have to leave. I have other things to do, like eating pricey cakes and getting your nails done. You may still have a blast in my cottage, too. I've been tortured by you and John in the past, but I'm making money now. Thus, I don't mind.
First of all, this is completely unjust. You're just a depressed outcast. Nothing you told me will ever be true. Furthermore, I'm not done yet. Right now, you're being quite disrespectful. Before you go like that, let me finish my sentences.
Then, what else do you need? I've already given you all the information you require. Furthermore, nothing suggests that the rest of your life is likely to become worse. You and your husband's situation won't alter at all.
Show that you are the true owner of the property. Otherwise, all I can see in you is a crazy and a liar. That means you should give us a free lease on this home. Please stop billing us for living here. Actually, we're not as well off as you might imagine. However, I'm guessing that you wouldn't be able to do this. Please consider our friendship before responding to my query. It will be a terrific bargain for you as well, I swear to God.
Yes, that is feasible. The fact that it isn't happening is the only issue. I'm not illiterate. I also don't practice philanthropy. I detest scumbags like you two in particular. What do I get from it, too? I have no thoughts. So disregard it. Please don't make me regret letting you rent my home. Please note that I reserve the right to evict any tenant at any time.
However, you'll help your best buddy, me. I mean, you're loaded, why can't you assist me? Just let the past be the past moving forward.
Please excuse me.
You owning a home is still something I question. Therefore, if you want to establish your credibility, cease billing John and I for rent. How do you feel about my recommendation? We're the best of friends, right?
Sincerely, I'm shocked right now by your lack of shame. Seriously, however, I feel foolish for once having been friends with someone like you.
Of course, anything. Simply put, I've been ruminating for a while now about how costly rent is. I will grant that the amenities and views are decent. But even so, $20,000 a month is just too much. However, I do now get why that is the case. You could only provide food for yourself in this way. Am I accurate?
Do you mind?
Let us live here for free if you don't want the whole neighborhood to hear tales about you. Give us 50% discount at the very least, I suppose, hee hee. If you don't, I'll tell everyone in the neighborhood that you are nothing more than a. You don't want to witness that, do you?
I don't see why the rent is currently significantly less than market value. Are you blind? Having stated that, despite that circumstance, I truly can't make it much cheaper for you.
By that incident, what do you mean? What occasion are you referring to? Why, when you initially moved in, didn't you hear from John?
That cabin was the scene of a horrible occurrence. The rent is $30 less than market value as a result.
Are you serious, at this very moment? Why didn't anyone tell me about it? I have no notion what this terrible incident is. So what particularly is it? What, is this a joke?
Not at all, I assure you. The last resident of that cottage passed away. Because of this, someone may rent the entire building and have access to all of the amenities for only $20,000 per month.
There is no way that this is real. Even then, $20,000 a month is not the same as $6,000 or $7,000.
In any case, John, your spouse, is aware of all I just stated. He also executed a contract. If you don't believe me, check the document again, his signature should be there. Just the landlord, I am. So I advise you to talk to John about any issues or objections you may have.
Lisa, I can't believe you told Naomi the truth about the mansion I rented from you. You had no right to do that. Now she knows it's not my house, and she's furious.
John, calm down. I didn't lie to Naomi, I simply told her the truth. It's not my fault if you've been leading her to believe it's your own house all along.
Are you kidding me? You know very well why I did that. I wanted to impress her, to make her think I'm more successful than I am. And you just had to ruin it.
John, living in a lie is not the solution. I understand you wanted to make a good impression, but pretending to own a house that isn't yours is not the right way to build a relationship. Honesty should be the foundation.
Oh, spare me your lectures on honesty, Lisa. You think you're so perfect, but you live in your own fake reality every day. You can't be happy with the truth, can you?
That's not fair, John. Just because I don't agree with your dishonesty doesn't mean I'm living in a fake reality. I strive to be honest with myself and others. It's about integrity and being true to who we are.
Well, maybe if you weren't so focused on being true all the time, you'd understand what it's like to want something more, to strive for a better life. But no, you'd rather live in your little bubble of righteousness.
It's not about being true all the time, John. It's about finding happiness and fulfillment in genuine experiences and connections. Living a lie may give you temporary satisfaction, but it will never bring you lasting happiness.
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I'll never be happy if I keep living in this facade. But at least I'm willing to take risks and go after what I want, even if it means bending the truth a little. I'd rather have a taste of happiness than live in your dull, self-righteous world.
It's not about being dull or self-righteous, John. It's about being authentic and building genuine connections based on trust. I hope one day you realize that true happiness comes from being true to yourself and those around you.
We'll see, Lisa. But don't expect me to follow your path of constant truth-telling. I'll find my own way, even if it means making some mistakes along the way.
He then tried to contact Naomi, but she didn't answer his phone or accept his apology. All Naomi wants is money and luxury mansions, but John doesn't. She has to find a new lover to replace John. And after 3 years of trying, I worked as a manager at a famous hotel to learn for my villa. I found my happiness in one seminar. This is a happiness that John himself cannot have. He is still alone looking for someone like Naomi, but then they also abandoned him.
Hey, Christine. Where are you? Why aren't you at the cafe we promised to meet at today?
I'm here, Kylie. Are you talking about the brunch we planned?
Yes, I called ahead saying that I would be a little late. But even then none of you decided to stay around and wait for me? Isn't that a little rude?
I don't think so. You were more than an hour late. You messaged us when we were just finishing up eating. I sent you that message. Didn't you see that?
Oh, I see it. I forget to check the DM. But you guys have to tell me directly.
What? Don't you know what DM really means? Direct message.
Don't play fool, Christine. I won't forgive you guys for standing me up until every one of you personally apologizes to me.
What on earth are you talking about? Why do I need to apologize for you being late?
For eating without me and leaving before I even showed up. You just sent me a message. Just only one and nothing more.
What do you want more?
Isn't it common sense that all of you should be sorry for what you did to me?
Wait, Kylie. I still have no idea why any of us need to apologize or feel sorry. Showing up on time is your own responsibility. No one but you is at fault for what happened.
I was just a little late because I was hurried getting ready. It can happen to anyone.
A little? I bet you just overslept for something foolish like that.
Yeah, I overslept a little and scrambled to get ready. But I really wanted to eat lunch with you girls. So I woke up for you.
For us?
You guys are cold to me.
Cold to you? Have you looked at the time? We all have things to do that are more worth our time than sitting in a restaurant waiting for you. Some of us need to shop and prepare for dinner tonight. And others need to pick up kids and drive them to different places like sports or music lessons. Also, sitting in that restaurant for more than 3 hours would severely seem wrong. A group of women taking table space but not ordering anything.
Oh, I see how it is. You'll worry about inconveniencing the useless restaurant staff. But it's okay to inconvenience me? Who cares about them? It's their job to wait on us.
You can't be real!
Look, I was really looking forward to eating brunch with everyone and was so excited. How could you let me down like this?
We haven't done anything to you. How can we let you down if you never show up?
It's like you're trying to bully me out of the group, and that makes me feel sad.
We've done nothing of the sort. You've been invited to every gathering we've put together. It's just that you show up late or not at all.
It's not my fault that I'm late. I just have some trouble waking up sometimes. You can't really hold that against me.
Kylie, do you even remember the last time you were on time to one of our gatherings?
Of course, last month. At Susan's for the twins' birthday party.
You were 30 minutes late and we had to wait because you said you would bring the balloons.
It's fine. 30 minutes is well within acceptable bounds.
You didn't even bring the balloons.
But I showed up, and that's all that really counts.
You really need to fix your bad habit of always being late.
Oh, shut up. Stop lecturing me. You sound like my mother.
You understand that people lose their trust in people who aren't punctual.
Whatever, don't be so dramatic. It's not a big deal.
I'm not trying to lecture you. I'm just trying to let you know how everyone feels.
Anyways, what did you all talk about today?
Lots of different things. A little of this and a little of that.
Did you guys talk about where you were all going on vacation during the kids' summer break?
Oh yeah. Did you hear that from someone?
I knew it. I have a nose for these types of things.
So you didn't know?
You can't hide anything from me. It's best to just be honest and tell me everything I need to know. So where are you going?
Most of our kids will be going to summer camps at the beginning of the break. So we were thinking of going on a ladies-only retreat away from the hubbies for a few days. We've tentatively scheduled a weekend at new spa and salon.
Really? When? I want to go too.
Are you sure? We'll probably have to leave early in the morning to get our money's worth.
Not a problem. If it's for a vacation, I can wake up at any time to have fun.
If you say so, then you need to promise to wake up on time. So we can hit the road before traffic becomes a problem.
You worry too much, Christine. I'm telling you it'll be fine. I'll be the first one awake. So you will all need to keep up with me.
A little worried, but we'll see.
It's been so long since I've gone on a trip without my husband and kid. I can't wait.
So you want us to put your name on the reservations too? Are you absolutely sure you'll be able to wake up in time?
Stop treating me like some untrustworthy little kid. Don't worry. I'll be at the pickup points and surprise you all. No matter what, I'll be there. So put my name down and go.
It'll be in 2 weeks, last weekend of the month. Not too soon for you?
No, it's fine. My husband is usually home for the weekends. So I'll come up with some chores to do while I'm out having fun.
Listen, Kylie. We can't get a refund if you cancel less than a week from the appointed date. Are you 100% sure you'll be able to wake up on time and make it?
I won't cancel and I won't be late. Make sure you reserve my spot too. If you forget to put my name in, I'll make you give me your spot instead.
All right, I'll contact the spa and add one more name to our reservation.
Whose car are we taking?
We'll be taking Lisa's van to fit all our luggage as well. So we're going to be meeting at her house at 8 a.m. Saturday morning.
8 a.m.? Isn't that a little too early? Who wakes up at that ungodly hour? Can't you make it at least 9?
The place is pretty far away and it looks like it will take at least 3 hours to reach our destination. If things go well, our goal is to make it before lunch. So we can leave our stuff in the room and do some sightseeing before the first treatment start. That's why we chose an 8 a.m. departure time.
Well, leave it to me. I'll be the first one at Lisa's house.
Maybe you should ask your husband to help you wake up in time. He has to wake up at the same time every weekday, hasn't he? As a backup just in case you don't wake up to your alarm? What do you think?
I am a big girl. I can usually wake up on time. You should worry about you and let me worry about myself. I promise I won't cause problems for you.
Okay. Are you awake? I'm hoping you are getting ready right now. But drop me a line so we know you're on schedule. You are awake, right? Kylie! Hey! Pick up the phone now! It's safe to assume you're not coming, right? We've been waiting for you for 30 minutes now. Fine. We'll go now.
Why on earth are there so many messages in the ladies' group chat? Christine. Pick up the phone now. I'm being generous with my morning here calling you back. You had better pick up. Not like you have anything better today on a weekend.
I'm here, Kylie. What can I do for you?
What's with the attitude? Is something wrong? You were blowing up my phone this morning for some reason it seems, and now I want to know why.
What day is it today?
Saturday. What's wrong? Such a silly question.
Really? Don't tell me that you forget what we planned.
Forget what? Oh, the trip was today. Sorry, just woke up. I'll throw some stuff together real fast. So come and get me, okay?
We left hours ago. So sorry, you'll have to find your own way up here.
What's the meaning of this? How dare you leave without me?
Just chill out. I messaged and called you several times. But you never responded. We even waited an extra 30 minutes with the hope that you might have only been running behind a little bit. But that was wasted time.
I can't believe you would actually leave without me. Real friends would wait no matter what.
Real friends? Kylie, real friends don't forget promises and show up on time.
Then what am I supposed to do?
It's not my prob.
Stop messing around and come pick me up now.
You lazy, selfish! How dare you think you are in any position to make any demands of anyone?
Me?
Is this a joke to you? Are you out of your pathetic self-absorbed mind? Grade schoolers have better time management skills than you do.
But it's not my fault. I overslept because I didn't hear the alarm. How can you blame that on me?
Would you please be so kind as to explain to me how this is not your fault? And then explain to me whose fault it is? Who is responsible for making sure you wake up and get to appointments on time? Who claims that they are never late? Who said they would be the first ones to the meeting point? Who is dense enough to blame an alarm clock for not waking them up? If you need help answering these, I'll give you a hint. They're all the same answer. Take your time checking your answers.
Well, it's the truth. The alarm didn't wake me up.
Did you completely forgot we were leaving today?
Of course, I knew. What's done is done, and there's no point splitting hairs over this. Just come pick me up and we can all move on.
Are you out of your mind? We are already 30 minutes behind our plans because someone was too irresponsible to set an alarm. We've just finished dropping off our stuff and are now walking around the spa.
That is so not fair. Then what am I supposed to do then?
Not our problem. We prepared the day before, woke up with plenty of time to contend with emergencies, and got our husbands to take care of the house and kids for the weekend. Did you do any of that? If you want to come, you can come. But you need to find your own way here.
If I can't go, there's a fee for canceling the reservation, right? Well, I won't pay it because it's your fault that I'm not there. If you don't want to pay my cancellation fee, you need to come and pick me up.
Are you serious about that? Oh, are you threatening me?
Yeah, if you want to pay the fee, it's okay then. I bet you're not rich enough for not caring about that amount.
Well, I will tell you something. Actually, I don't have to pay anything. In fact, I got quite generous amount thanks to you.
What? What are you talking about? I don't get it.
Well, simply I won the bet among girls.
What bet?
I told you that we waited more 30 minutes for your coming, right?
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Well, this is just half of the truth. We waited to bet if you came in the end or not. The other girls bet you could make it in the last minutes, but I didn't think so. I was all in for your absent and I won $100 after all. I should have said thank you to you, Kylie.
What? You guys made fun of me. Can't believe that.
It's up to you to believe it or not. Your coming doesn't matter to us. I'm going to treat myself to an extended massage for that amount I won.
Can't believe you didn't make a reservation for me?
None of the other mothers or I believed you would show up on time, but we still gave you a 30-minute window to prove us wrong.
So you lied to me about reserving my spot?
Honestly, we never invited you. You invited yourself. Despite you forcing your way into our plans, no one trusts you to follow through with anything. So we all acted like you weren't going to show anyways.
That is so cruel of you.
It's just the natural result of the actions you've taken in the past.
So if I had shown up on time, I wouldn't have been able to spend the night there?
Well, had you shown up, I would have just asked them to add one more person to the room. It wouldn't have been an issue at all. In fact, you should be grateful that I didn't reserve a place for you. You wouldn't have needed to pay for the cancellation fees.
This is so degrading and unfair. I demand that you come back right now and apologize to my face. Why would you leave me when I wanted to go so badly?
Do you not feel any responsibility at all for what you did to me?
What are you talking about?
Do you really have no clue as to how much trouble you've caused all the other mothers around you?
Trouble? I never cause anyone any trouble at all. You are the only one causing trouble now for me.
You really have no idea at all. Dragging down the whole group with your incompetence, and now you don't know what you're doing and lead the most carefree lives?
What are you trying to say?
Let me make this as clear as possible for you. Not once since I have met you have you ever showed up on time to any gathering. Even the ones you initiated yourself.
Really? No, that can't be true.
You can ask any mother in the neighborhood. The only thing that anyone remembers about you is that you are the one that never shows up on time.
I might be a few minutes late to things, but that isn't bad at all.
What? Not bad? You must be insane. You don't realize your laziness and irresponsibility also affect your family, right? The school sometimes holds camping trips in the weekend, but your kids never show up. What is the reason? It's because you don't wake up early enough to drive them to school. What a bad mom.
Hey, stop it. Don't judge me like that. These trips seem useless and time-consuming. My kids don't need to take part in.
No, Kylie. Your kids and mine are friends. They always share everything with each other. Your kids are really interested in these camping, though. They wish to participate in the trip just even once. You really should look at yourself, Kylie.
Stop it.
Okay. But you need to know something. We are sick and tired of having our plans screwed over by a nitwit that cares for no one but themselves. No one wants to deal with you anymore. That's why I am going to say for the last time.
Wait, no. You're the only person I've ever thought of as a friend. I promise to change. I won't break any more promises.
No, Kylie. I don't want to spend any of my precious time here talking with you. We're done. Go back to sleep and enjoy our time with your family.
Wait, Christine. Christine.
After that, we stopped playing with Kylie. We had put up with her for a long time. But now the story is different. Without her, our plans go so smoothly.